And right now, folks, we're going to jump over to our man, Steve Rhodes. Folks, you can check out Steve Rhodes every day. He's live at 11 o'clock with the Trader's Edge. You can check out his outstanding newsletter, folks, Mastering Probability, right on the front page of TFNN. Head on over to the newsletters tab. And, folks, everything we do at TFNN has a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're out there listening right now, okay, sign up for the newsletter. You get it for 30 days. Worst case, doesn't suit you for whatever reason. You cancel, you pay nothing. Can't beat it. Steve Rhodes, good afternoon.
Tell me, how you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic, man. How are you?
Good. It's a good thing that, we live in a pretty boring time, don't we? Not much going on these days.
Is there enough headlines out there? Pick your time. I mean, who's sleeping out there, Steve? Are you sleeping? We can't be sleeping, man. I know, pretty wild, man.
Not much. That's why we yawn a lot. But
seriously,
I picked up the game of chess at a pretty early age. My grandfather taught me the game, and I really enjoy playing. I haven't played much in the last several years or what have you, but I do enjoy picking it up. But what's going on in the markets? It just reminds me of a geopolitical chess game that's going on. The question is, what's the next move out there? Well, I guess we got that next move, right? We saw a next move at about, around 1 o'clock today, 12:30, 1 o'clock. Within the last couple hours, Iran moved, kind of, I guess what we would have to term as a pawn, which is the least powerful chess piece, in response to the U.S. dropping those 14 massive ordnance penetrator missile guided bombs out there. Pretty amazing. So, in that chess game, we just saw the next move that was out there, and in that next move, and you really touched on it. What we really saw the results or the outcome was a significant and quick move lower inside of light sweet crude. So began moving lower as Iran's retaliatory action took place. It was well broadcast, right? We all knew it. We came on the air. At first, you got the message across, or at least I got a message across my phone that Qatar had shut down airspace.
Yeah.
So that seemed like to be an indication, right, that there's communication going on, and so now we know why they did that, and others did as well. And so, to me, the interpretation with regard to the way the market is trading, I didn't hear your entire show. My apology if you already have also said this, but it does appear to me when we take a look at how light sweet crude is trading that the escalation between Iran and the U.S. is likely on pause, at least for the moment. So that's what this the 60-minute time frame chart that we're looking at for light sweet crude. If we go to the bigger picture, though, daily crude oil already had a TD9 count top. You mentioned today is going to be a pretty gigantic bearish engulfing candle, which it is, and that's just simply going to confirm, from a pattern standpoint, because that's really what I'm doing here, is really just take a look at different patterns that repeat in the marketplace all the time. The bearish engulfing confirms a sell the D point top. Not that we needed two tops out there, and as long as price doesn't close above 74.63, you got that. That's the TD9 count topping a level out there. Now, if we start, so what our real focus now is going to be on support. And where is support? And so if we take a look at how crude oil, if we take a look at the daily time frame chart, the weekly time frame chart, we'll see that prices pulled really back to, now this was a snapshot from probably about 40 minutes ago, so it's likely changed a bit, but prices pulling back into a support area. Which would be the top of the weekly profile, the top of the daily profile. The real key area, in my opinion, to be watching is going to be 67.36. And the reason is this. If we look at this daily time frame chart out here, those little dashed lines, those are our TAS market profiles. The top is where sellers are at. The bottom is where buyers are at. The center is where both buyers and sellers believe there's fair value within inside that range out there. What I've learned over the years in using these profiles is that they can also help us to understand when it's just a counter trend move in either direction. In this case here, we're taking a look at a counter trend move to the downside. And the price, and so where price should find support would be between 67.36 and 68.72. If price glows below 67.36, it tells us that it's more than just a counter trend move to the downside. Any questions about that? Because sometimes when I try to explain it, maybe it confuses people. If I've confused you, then I've probably confused everybody else out there.
It's great. I was going to say, I just love how exact you make it with those exact price points, of course, where you're really looking for inflection points. Yeah, no, go for it.
Yeah, and so these profiles, profiles have such amazing uses for us. So, I want people to watch at 67.36. What happens if price moves below 67.36? Well, then we have to start going over to the weekly time frame chart. That's in lieu of other profiles that might form on the daily basis. So, you and I, we utilize the information as presented to us. At this point in time, if we close below 67.36, then we're looking at 64-ish area. That's coming from the weekly time frame chart, and that's what I refer to as the oscillator and change line. I teach subscribers how to use that. It's a really important tool. Below that, then we'd be looking at the weekly profile levels at 60, 65, and 50, 79. In fact, that's really the buy zone out here. So unlike the daily time frame chart that had a sell zone, the weekly time frame chart has a buy zone, and that's likely where we would find a decent bottom if, in fact, first price has got to break through the daily support levels out there. So just giving people kind of one step at a time out there. If, in fact, the escalation piece of the Iran, Israel, U.S. is coming to a bit of an end for a short period of time, what have you, I'd expect that we'd see light sweet crude continue to move forward. This chart here shows us how crude oil is trading in all the major currencies. So that means the euro, the yen, the pound, the loonie, the Swiss krone, the francs, Swiss francs, Chinese yuan, and the Russian rubles out here. We can see that light sweet crude moving lower in all those currencies. So that's important to take a look at. If we take a look at monthly crude oil, so I shared this chart with subscribers last night. So I sent out, knowing that we had all the activity over the weekend, I knew that people were trying to understand, hey, what's going on? So I waited for futures to open up so we could take a look at oil, gold, the equity futures, just to get a feel for what was being communicated to us even last night at 6:30. And here, if you take a look at at least the yellow descending trend lines out there, how that just simply held as resistance all through the night, all through the morning out there. So we also have out here, we've got horizontal trading ranges. Those are the red lines. This is a monthly time frame chart that we're looking at. And then we've got a rising and falling descending price channel. So support should be in the $60 area on a further pullback. And that's really getting to the bottom of this green rising price channel. So it's 60-ish type area out there that I would expect that we would see crude perhaps get back to. That's using that set of tools. If we move on to gold here, gold really hasn't moved much, right? So I think what this is telling us is really this is maybe just a short-term cooling off period. I got a request from a few folks that said, hey, how do you short gold? And not that I don't think gold can't pull back here, but I'd say that's the most dangerous vehicle to start shorting, because I don't know that you can necessarily draw the conclusion that even though what activity took place in the last couple hours, like that's the end of it. Do you think that's the end of it?
Is it? I thought the market does, Steve. The market thinks that's the end of it. I think it's over now. I kid. I know, right? It's amazing. I know, but I agree with you. It's great takes, man, because at least I think it's a moment that you have a moment that we can get a great pause, maybe. And even that right now, I think, is pretty awesome. And hopefully it holds. Yeah.
Yeah, and so what folks should really watch for, the support level on gold is going to be 33.29. Look, I still have topping patterns. I have had topping patterns on gold for its daily, weekly, and monthly time frame, for a couple of months now. But we haven't exactly seen gold move to the downside. So that tells us just how strong it is. And not that I don't believe that gold can't pull back for 2 weeks. That would be normal. But I just don't think that it's a substantial move lower that you put that risk to the downside. But that's my take and interpretation of the charts.
And chess, great game. I played a lot of chess when I was growing up as well, man. We'll have to hook up. We'll play some chess, man. Chess is a great game.
That sounds great. That
awesome.
Sounds great.
Steve, thanks so much, Tommy. Man. Great information. I appreciate it as always. Have a great one. We look forward to the show tomorrow.
Okay, take care.
Thanks, man.